Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mishra and I do videos about budgeting and personal finance and also my debt-free journey, the good and the inevitable bad. So today we're actually going to be tackling my debt. I've been on a debt-free journey for a long time, and then things kind of like settled down to where I had like a reasonable amount of debt. But I realized recently that I've started to get back into some credit card debt. So I just kind of want to nip that in the butt before, it gets worse or it snowballs or anything like that. I actually have two debts. So I have a loan, and the current balance of the loan is $13,300. I pay $350 a month for that. That I'm not really worried about because there's no interest at this time on that. So I'm not worrying about that. And then I have my credit card, which I was, up until last month, I was using my credit card and then paying it down every month because I would use it for things like groceries and gas and my subscriptions. And I would budget those every single month. So I basically would kind of like, buy groceries and then take the money and then put it on there to pay it off. Same thing with my subscriptions, I would pay it off. But I've started to accumulate some other things on there that I didn't pay off. And so we're going to try and figure out exactly what that is. Before I do that, though, I did want to kind of update you on my net worth. So last year, April, I had a net worth of, I think, negative 20. No, I had a net worth of negative like 17 something thousand dollars. And then so last month, I actually had a positive net worth of 1785. And so this month, my net worth has increased and my net worth is currently $3,101. And that basically, my assets consist of my retirement savings and my kids' education savings. And then my liabilities is just basically my major loan. So up until last month, I would put my gas and groceries, whatever, on my card, and then I would pay it off. So I just got my my credit card statement, and basically, so my amount owing from the previous month was $1,992, and then payments I paid $1,720. So you can see already there's a $200 difference there between my balance and what I actually paid off. So we kind of have to figure out like why is there a difference there, and then new purchases. 1694, and then rewards. So I do use my card because I get cash back. So that's why I've been using it for these kind of like everyday things. But in this month, I had cashed out some of the cash rewards, and that was $87.29. And then there's just like a monthly fee of $5. And then so I did incur interest this time because I wasn't able to pay off the full balance. So it's $41.58. So my current amount owing is $1,926.40. And so normally what would happen is I would have this balance. Bi-weekly, I would receive $500 bi-weekly, which I no longer receive those funds anymore, which is kind of the reason why I want to get this debt handled. But I would receive that money and then I would put it on my card bi-weekly. And then the $300 I was budgeting for subscriptions, once a month I would also put that on my card. So I knew every month at least $1,300 was getting cleared off of the card. So what I did initially to kind of figure out what exactly is my debt, what are my recurring charges, I decided to look into my subscriptions. So those pesky subscriptions. So basically each month I was budgeting $300 a month for my subscriptions. But as you can see, when I listed them out, my subscriptions actually now come up to $356.71. So somewhere there, I know I added like Kindle Unlimited. I recently added Disney Plus. So I guess my subscriptions had been getting more and I hadn't really accounted for that. So that's $56 each month that I wasn't budgeting to go back onto my credit card. So I'm sure that's part of why there is some increase. In the month of July, I did move. So I had like a U-Haul and some of that stuff on there too. So I know that that is some of the reason. And then you'll notice like the highlighted subscriptions that I have. Those are ones that I use for business. So each month I make between $1,100 and like $1,300. Sometimes I might make, in random months, I might make like almost $2,000 in side income. So I'm not really concerned about these subscriptions, like canceling them or anything, because I do have income that offsets the expense. Some of these other ones, I think that I probably could get rid of my Uber one, because now I'm trying to actually cook more at home and I won't be ordering Uber as much. So that may be something that I can look into getting rid of. We don't currently have TV, which I pay $20 or $29 for TV. So I could probably cancel that. But I'm not going to cancel Disney Plus because it's really the only streaming service we have. We don't have Netflix. So they don't really watch it that much because I think they had gotten used to not having it. But I'm going to keep that. And then Spotify, we definitely use, and the storages we definitely use. So, okay, so first off, I know that I have to increase my monthly budget of subscriptions, probably from $300 to $360. So that's the first thing. I at least know that every month, $360 is not actually paying off debt or making my debt go down. So now I have to figure out how much do I want to do. Like, okay, so I'm gonna see if I can do this in the month of August, but maybe it may be September. So before I was, like I said, putting my groceries on my credit card and then paying that off. But now, because I'm no longer doing that, when I get my grocery budget, I'm actually going to use that off my debit card. So that's why the amount that's still left as a balance on my credit card, I will be incurring interest on it going forward, which I'm okay for right now in doing that, just because I prefer to kind of get a handle on the credit card debt than just to continue in that cycle of like using it, paying it off, using it, paying it off, using it, paying it off, and not kind of getting ahead of it. So in my August monthly budget, there's $600 to get as a travel allowance that I had put aside into a bank account, or that I will put aside into a bank account. And then I also wanted to budget $200 to go to my tax-free savings account. So that's $800 right there, kind of just savings. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm still going to contribute the $200 to my tax-free savings account if I'm able to do that. But then I'm going to take $200 from that $600 travel allowance and use that to pay off some of my debt in the month of August. And then in September, I'll reevaluate, because in the month of August, I am still paying double utilities for my current place and my old place. So maybe in August, I may be able to squeeze in a little bit of extra money. So that is my plan for right now. Increase my subscription budget to $360 to make sure that I'm covering all of my subscriptions. Not using my credit card unless I do actually have the cash to put on my credit card right away. And I feel like YNAB is really good at helping you track what you're using from your categories or for the cash in your bank account, and assigning it to your credit card payment that you have to make for the month. So that's that. And then I'm going to put $200 a month for right now towards making the balance on my credit card go down. Granted, I know that my credit card balance is only $1,900, which is not like a crazy amount, but knowing my history, that's something that could potentially just snowball, even though my actual credit limit is not very high. So that alone would prevent that from happening. But I just want to take this time and kind of get a handle of it while I can, while I do have extra income. I'm not in a terrible place financially, so I might as well get that done now instead of it kind of like kicking me in the butt later. So anyways, that is how we are going to tackle our debt this month and going forward. And if there are any changes, I will definitely keep you updated. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.